officially dropping Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever player-exclusive Kobe 5s in just a couple weeks. So this shoe was first seen being worn by Caitlin and was thought to be a colorway made just for her up until just a couple days ago, where Nike's official images of the shoes got leaked and the announcement was made saying that everyone will now have a chance to wear her shoes.
What happens when a $200 billion sports giant bets on the wrong superstar? Nike just detonated a corporate bombshell that's left one WNBA legend fuming, fans in chaos, and the sneaker world forever changed. This isn't just about basketball shoes. It's a $28 million reality check exposing who really moves the needle in sports. Before we expose the shocking details, hit subscribe. What you're about to see will rewrite everything you know about athlete marketing.
Nike just released a brand new commercial featuring Caitlin Clark and her new Kobe shoe that she released today. And I saw this commercial yesterday on social media. I thought it was so cool. There's a shot when she's in the locker room and she opens her eye and it like turns into what looks like a snake eye, but when you zoom in, it's actually the Kobe logo.
The $13,000 second sellout. At 10:03 a.m. on release day, Nike servers screamed in agony. 13,000 pairs of Caitlin Clark's Kobe 5 Ps. Priced at $190, vanish in under 60 seconds. Not hours, not minutes, seconds. Resale prices instantly hit $600 as grown adults camped outside Dick's Sporting Goods like it was a Super Bowl ticket drop.
Nike released the shoe this morning for $190. That was the going rate for the signature sneaker. Now, I'm here to tell you, as you guys can see right here on Google, just type in Caitlin Clark Kobe 5. StockX, currently right now, they're going for $345. On GOAT, they're going for $386. And Flight Club, you're looking at $375. Must mind you, these sneakers was just released a few hours ago. These sneakers were retail for $190. This is the Caitlin Clark defect.
One sneakerhead's viral plea said it all. I need 2 pairs, one for the wall, one for my feet. These ain't just shoes, they're history. But why did Clark's hand-me-down Cobes outsell custom signatures? The answer's buried in Nike's own balance sheets. For 2 years, Nike poured millions into Aya Wilson's Aone signature line, custom Celtic symbols for her parents, grandma's quote stitched into the lining, even a Malia Obama-directed commercial. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, the NCAA's all-time scoring leader, got 0 signature shoes, just Kobe hand-me-downs.
So it's finally here. Caitlin Clark sneakers from Nike is finally dropping. She was signed to them last year, and the sneakers is a year late in my opinion, but nonetheless, I'm excited because these sneakers is finally coming out. But what does annoy me a little bit is that this is a collaboration with Kobe. Now, Kobe, respect to Kobe, the legend, rest in peace, great basketball player. But in my opinion, Caitlin Clark is a big enough star and she's creating her own legacy. So I feel like, at least for her first sneaker, it shouldn't be a collaboration with any other player, dead or alive, in my opinion. I feel like Caitlin should have, for her first shoe, had her own original design just for her, no collaboration.
But here's the kicker. While Wilson criticized Clark in Time magazine as privileged, she secretly extended her Nike deal. A source close to the brand admits. They created artificial scarcity for Wilson, while Clark's organic demand scared them. Math doesn't lie, egos do.
I lost all respect for Agent Wilson. I don't want to hear her opinions. I don't care what she has to say from this point on. When you keep a Nike deal 2 years in secret while you're spewing all that crazy stuff about Caitlin Clark in the Time magazine, read it. Read what she said in the Time magazine. Yet you had a Nike deal the whole entire time? Suspicious.
Let's autopsy the numbers. Wilson's May shoe drop sold out in 5 minutes. Nike quietly released limited batches. Clark's Kobe collab, 13,000 units evaporated instantly. Resale value plus 300% in 3 hours. Economic impact. Clark generated $82.5 million for Iowa in 2024 alone. Her Fever games outgrew the NBA's Pistons. Nike stock down 60% since 2021.
Your stock price since 2021, it is down nearly 60%. Your executives and the people who are making these decisions, their stock options are worthless. Meanwhile, you have the single biggest needle mover in all of American sports since Michael Jordan, and you have somehow convinced yourself that you need to slow play this. Let me show you Google Trends search traffic for 4 female basketball players. There is one who only rivals Caitlin Clark, and that is Angel Reese, and you do not have her. She is over at Reebok. I am so confused as to how you would be so invested in the WNBA for several years, and you have been doing great work to try to elevate and uplift that league and many of the athletes there. But this seems like you have convinced yourself that this needs to be an either-or conversation. And we never have an either-or conversation in the men's sports. You have like 10 signature athletes. Half of them don't deserve a signature shoe.
As one ex-marketing director blasted, they ignored the female Michael Jordan sitting in their lobby. Just days before Clark's shoe dropped, Nike's internal images leaked. Fans expected exclusive peas. Instead, Nike announced public releases, proving they'd underestimated demand. Industry insiders whisper they planned a tiny batch until the leak forced their hand.
But I just felt like across the board, this commercial was a 10 for 10. And a lot of people have been getting on Nike because they don't feel like they have been promoting Caitlin as much as they should. But I will say we have to give credit where credit is due. I feel like in the past month or so, they have been tweeting about Caitlin more. And then obviously with this shoe release, they made this super sick commercial to promote it. And of course, just today, Caitlin Clark's new Kobe PE shoe sold out in less than a minute. And I saw so many tweets about this, so many people who were so sad that they missed out on this shoe. I saw that there was this one Dick's store and people were lined up around the corner, like camping out, trying to get the shoe.
Meanwhile, Wilson's meticulously crafted narrative, 4X All-Star, 2X champ, couldn't hide the truth. Google searches for Clark dwarf Wilson's 5:1. Even Angel Reese, Reebok star, outtrended her. The unholy trade-off. Nike's fatal flaw? Treating this as either slash or. Men's basketball has 10 plus signature athletes.
And all this was done while the shoe's being developed, while the collection's being done. To demonize Caitlin Clark and try to label her as a privileged white girl that's getting all the privileges, even though she earned everything she got. This ain't about color. This is about good and bad. And I honestly find this a little evil. I find this evil. This is beyond bad, because you had the ability to speak up and say, hey, everybody, relax. Don't get on Caitlin Clark. She got a shoe deal. That's cool. I got one too. Mine's taking a little bit, but it's going to come out. Just be patient. She could have came out and said that, but she didn't.
The WNBA got a forced rivalry. Clark's crime? Being a cultural tsunami. Her debut jersey sold faster than LeBron's. Fever Road games outsold home arenas of 11 NBA teams. Little girls wear her number like Wonder Woman capes. Yet Nike initially gave her no solo ads, just cameos. Until now.
You finally put her in a Super Bowl campaign with 9 other women, and all respect to them, but none of them are moving the needle quite like she is. Your tagline in that was "You can't win, so win." One of the best explanations I can come up with is that you are wringing your hands and afraid to enter into this politically divisive conversation that has been co-opted by the media and pundits who are race baiting and doing all kinds of ridiculous things around women's basketball. You can't win, so win. You have the unicorn, the chosen one, the one who everyone wants to hear from, and you were just sitting around. Gatorade, State Farm, Gainbridge, Wilson Basketball have all figured out how to have a point of view with Caitlin Clark. Please, for the love of God, figure something out.
The $28 million reality check, Nike's secret war for the soul of basketball. The low ball heard round the world. When Caitlin Clark's $28 million Nike deal leaked, headlines screamed undervalued. Critics compared it to Ja Morant's $200 million Nike contract and Aya Wilson's $20 million plus extension. But Nike knew something nobody else did. Clark's value wasn't in a signature shoe. It was in her nuclear connection to Middle America. The Iowa effect. Her NCAA games outsold 30% of NBA teams' local broadcasts. Stealth demographic domination. 43% of her jersey sales came from zip codes with no WNBA teams. Towns like Dubuque, Iowa, Pop, 58,000. Nike's calculated risk. Rushing a signature shoe risked alienating Kobe purists. Handing her Cobes was a bridge between legends. Kobe's ghost and the 13,000-second earthquake. Clark's Kobe 5P wasn't just a shoe. It was a cultural detonator. Nike's internal Slack channels melted down as 13,000 pairs disappeared in 53 seconds, faster than Taylor Swift era's tour tickets. Resale markets went feral. $190, $600 overnight. A size 12-pair auction for $2,500 in Des Moines. The Clark effect ripple. Foot Locker's website crashed in 8 states. Dick's Sporting Goods reported Black Friday-level mobs at rural locations. The ad that broke Nike's silence. Nike's first Clark solo ad. You can't win? So win wasn't just marketing. It was a manifesto. Secret Iowa shoot filmed at her childhood driveway hoop in West Des Moines. Gravel stains on Cobes equals authenticity. Data-driven grit. Nike tracked 114M organic social impressions before the ad aired. They knew the dam would break. The Aya contrast. Wilson's ads featured custom animations and Obama family directors. Clark showed chain nets and cracked concrete. America related. Why Cobes were Clark's Trojan horse. Insiders revealed a shocking truth. Clark demanded Cobes or nothing. The Kobe standard. She refused prototypes until they matched the 2009 5's heel compression. Physics over fashion. Nike's lab test proved her step-back jumper exerted 800 psi. Only Kobe molds could handle it. The greatness stall tactic, a designer admits. Creating her true signature shoe takes 3 years. We're rebuilding foam formulations from scratch. Rushing it would have been corporate suicide. $28 million is just the down payment. Clark's small deal is actually a financial neutron bomb. Merchandise clause. She gets 18% of all Clark-labeled Nike merch, unprecedented for rookies. The Caitlin multiplier. Fever ticket sales 400%. ESPN viewership 126%. Nike's brand value among teens, 22%. Secret bonus triggers, $500,000 for MVP, $2 million for breaking Diana Taurasi's scoring record. Nike wants her to win. The reality check heard, round the boardroom. When Clark's Kobe sold out, Nike stock jumped 4% overnight. The message was clear. Corporate whiplash. Wilson's signature line production was quietly scaled back 40%. The new blueprint. Nike fast-tracked 5 other athlete collabs, including a gymnast and esports star, using Clark's authenticity-first model. Generation C. 7 to 14-year-olds now call basketball shoes Cobes or Caitlins. No other names matter. The $82.5 million ghost in the machine. Clark's hidden economic impact haunts Nike's past mistakes. Iowa's jackpot, $82.5 million in tourism from her NCAA games alone, enough to fund 3 schools. The resale bloodbath, 92% of Clark's Cobes were bought by resellers. Nike left $11 million on the table by understocking. Angel Reese's revenge. Reebok's Reese jerseys outsold Wilson's 3:1 after Clark's drop. The rivalry is printing money. The signature shoe shadow war. Nike's real end game? A Clark signature so revolutionary, it'll reset basketball. Project Zero Gravity, 18-month secret development, flying at uppers with carbon fiber soles. The Clark Curve, designed for her 38-foot range. Midsole sensors track shot arc data. Apollo 11 level secrecy. Only 7 Nike execs know the launch date. Factories in Vietnam operate under blackout conditions. Why authenticity can't be manufactured. Wilson's Celtic knots versus Clark's chain nets. IAS Force folklore. Custom logos few understood. Grandma quotes that tested poorly with Gen Z. Clark's driveway DNA. Chip paint. Rusty rims. The ad showed America's backyards, not a billionaire's vision. The unfiltered effect. 78% of fans call Clark relatable. Only 29% say the same for Wilson. The $600 billion lesson. Nike's near $600 evaluation now hinges on one truth: culture contracts. The Clark contagion. PGA Tour golfers now demand Caitlin-style merch clauses. Death of the safe bet. Nike fired 40% of its legacy marketing team. Youth trend analysts now run basketball. The final irony: Clark's $28 million deal will likely out-earn Wilson's via merch alone by 2026. The $600 million lesson: Nike, Caitlin Clark, and the earthquake reshaping sports marketing. The sneaker war between Nike's 2 WNBA superstars has exposed raw truths about modern stardom. When Caitlin Clark's limited edition Kobe 5 Indiana Fever shoes sold 13,000 pairs in under 60 seconds, crashing Nike servers and triggering $600 resale markups. It wasn't just a launch, it was a market revolution. Meanwhile, Aya Wilson's meticulously crafted signature line, developed over 2 years with custom pearls honoring her grandmother and elite-directed campaigns, failed to ignite equal frenzy despite her MVP accolades. This seismic gap reveals new rules. Authenticity beats curation. Cultural impact outweighs trophies. Consumers now control the game. The silence that screamed. Wilson's quiet stance during Clark's media firestorm became a vacuum filled by fan outrage. Social media erupted with claims like, she watched Nike amplify division while sitting on a secret multi-million-dollar contract. This isn't about race. It's realness versus strategy. Tensions peaked when Wilson's logo faced online mockery, forcing her to defend its symbolism. Yet when Clark endured parallel scrutiny, from locker room criticism to contract debates, Wilson's silence felt glaring. Fans now penalize perceived insincerity as fiercely as poor performance. Nike's billion-dollar blind spot, the Wilson overinvestment, $20 million plus contract, custom logos, grandmother's pearls and designs, 18-month marketing blitz, A-list campaigns, celebrity-directed ads, and critically praised launches. Artificial scarcity, limited releases to manufacture demand. Yet Wilson's cultural footprint couldn't match Clark's organic tsunami. As one insider noted, Nike gave Wilson everything except gravitational pull. The Clark underestimation, retro hand-me-downs, wearing old codes while awaiting her 2025 signature shoe, marketing neglect, only background cameos despite her $28 million deal. Infrastructure failure, server crashes during her drops. The cost? Billions in market value, as investors question Nike's cultural radar. 3 unshakable truths. 1. Organic orchestrated. The driveway effect. Clark's viral Nike ad, filmed at her childhood Iowa hoop, showed chip paint and chain nets. No pearls. No political connections. Just grit. Why it resonated. Relatability. 78% of fans call Clark like us versus 29% for rivals. Unfiltered authenticity. Social media reveals raw workouts, not staged shoots. The Kobe connection, declaring, I'm a Kobe person, turned retro sneakers into holy relics. 2. Impact awards. New stardom metrics ignore trophies. Economic power. Clark's $82.5 million impact on Iowa's economy. Digital meltdowns. Server crashes trump sold-out announcements. Cross-democratic poll. Rural sneaker mobs versus urban pop-up events. When Clark's preseason game aired, ratings surpassed NHL playoffs. Nike responded with a record-breaking 30-story Indianapolis mural. 3. The market is the final judge. Resale equals approval. Clark's $190 shoes hit $600 overnight. Rivals stagnated near retail. Stock price surges. Nike shares rose amid broader declines after her drop. Youth culture. Kids now demand Caitlin's Cobes, not other brands. The signature shoe arms race. Nike's 2025 timeline for Clark's shoe isn't delay, it's warfare. Leaked details reveal Project Zero Gravity. Foamless soles mimicking her 800 psi step-back force. Data revolution. Insole sensors tracking shot arc analytics. Historic scale. 500,000 unit initial production. Unprecedented for WNBA. Meanwhile, Nike quietly slashed rival shoe production by 40%. Fast-tracked Clark's Kobe 6 Light Armory Blue Edition, hired Midwest trend analysts to replace legacy teams. Cultural shockwaves, the grassroots revolution. Chain net leagues, rural tournaments adopting Clark's driveway aesthetic. Girls' three-point surge, participation up 300% in heartland states. Education wins, her foundation funds STEM scholarships through sports. Corporate America's pivot, Gatorade rebranded campaigns around Clark's relentless ethos. Wilson Sporting Goods outmaneuvered Nike with Clark collab basketballs. New Balance signed rising stars after seeing Clark's influence. The inevitable future, Nike's $600 million lesson forged a new playbook. Authenticity as infrastructure, build for organic stars, not just paid campaigns. Impact metrics matter. Prioritize economic ripples over trophy counts. Speed is survival. When resale hits 300% in hours, hesitation kills. Clark's 2025 signature shoe won't just release. It'll trigger a digital earthquake. In today's sports economy, you don't crown icons. You bow to them. They gave me pearls, but the kids want chain nets. Unnamed Nike designer. Nike's plot twist proves 3 harsh truths. Organic, orchestrated. You can't manufacture Clark's connection with fans. Impact Awards. MVPs and rings matter less than moving culture. The market always wins. Fans voted with $600 resales and crash servers. Clark's actual signature shoe? It's coming, and when it drops, expect digital earthquakes. Nike finally learned, bet on phenoms, not politics. Was this Nike's greatest comeback or a desperate scramble? Smash that like button if Clark deserves her own shoe, not hand-me-downs. Drop a comment. Does Wilson have a right to be furious? Subscribe now. The sneaker wars have just begun, and the next battle will blow the roof off.